Okay, hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. We're doing the show today in the community room at the 4FG building. We just have finished our selectmen's meeting. Look, there's a new selectman that's just finishing
Rita.
up. Say hi, Rita.
It was a fantastic meeting.
It was.
Good.
That was almost a record setter, almost. So we're just finishing up. So Rita is on her way out, and she and Dawn were just chatting. Dawn Holgate is our new chair. And Jason's back in the back there talking to somebody. And anyway, so
Interesting,
we had,
though.
Interesting.
How would you
yes.
sum up the electorate and how they voted?
Interesting is a good word.
Can I put in a little piece of what I think? I think
Yeah,
the
go ahead,
younger
Jim.
technology people and the way they marketed themselves were able to. They had the advantage.
They seem to.
Yep.
Yes.
And I think
yes.
I think it's a new way to campaign.
You know what? I think you might be right about that. It's evolving.
They got the vote out.
They got the vote out all right. So we had a meeting this morning at 10 to swear in the new board members and to elect officers. So Dawn was elected the chair, Matt is the vice chair, and we will do county officers at our next county meeting at the end of the month. So at our meeting tonight, we had a couple of announcements relating to a project on First Way that is starting tomorrow. So be aware that there will be construction activity on that road.
What are they doing?
They're doing a sewer project and a road improvement and
there's so
bike
much of that
path
going
sidewalk
on in
thing.
town.
Gino, I know. Everywhere you turn, there's something happening. We also got an update about the water main replacement project in the Prospect Street area. And after that, we surprised Bob Gardner, the Wannacomet water manager, with a plaque for his years of service. He is retiring at the end of the month, and we're all going to miss him very, very much. And now I'm going to take this opportunity quickly, because I feel like a jerk, about Bob. I just didn't think to prepare anything better than, so I kind of winged it, and we gave him the plaque, and we called him down, and it was a surprise for him. But really, I want to thank Bob so much, because he's been very much of a mentor for me, and when I'm kind of down, he picks me up, and when he's down, I think hopefully I pick him up a little bit. There's been a couple of times when we haven't been exactly on the same side of something, but we've each apologized to each other, and I think our relationship got stronger as a result, and I think we're really good friends. And we are really going to miss him. Bob has been so supportive of me personally and professionally. And people like him don't come along that often.
I agree. He is a class act.
He really is. He can't hear anything, but
No.
he didn't know what we were doing, but we figured it out.
That was really good.
He grasped it at the end. But anyway, seriously, I'm really going to miss Bob quite a bit. So.
I'll be driving by him, like, I don't know, every month. He's just going to Wells, Maine, and I
Yes.
drive right by. He's already said I could.
Do I drive by when I go to Canada?
Yes, you do.
We should make him a
He'll
stop.
give you. He has said I can stop. Stay
We're
there.
gonna, Bob, get ready. We're gonna make you a
You're gonna have a
stop.
lot of Nantucketers.
Yeah. So we did that, and that was really nice. And then we had not a lot of business tonight. We accepted Bob's resignation from Cemetery Commission, because he has served on there for a while. We had a public hearing about mixed excavation waste. We're reducing the per ton fee from $60 to $30.
Is that a good thing?
Well, it depends on your point of view. We hope it will increase volume of this MEW waste, mixed excavation waste, to the landfill.
Oh,
Remains to be seen. We also scheduled a public hearing on entertainment license violations of Queequegs, and that hearing will happen on May 3rd. We had a little bit of a town meeting review follow-up, so I usually come in after town meeting and tell the board what the follow-up is on the warrant article. So much of it is administrative, a lot of work internally to, get things advertised, published, get into the town code, send them to the legislators, educate staff about changes, educate the public about changes, things like that. But there are some things that subsequently that the selectmen were authorized to do, which they subsequently need to decide if they're going to do or not. So we had a little bit of discussion about that. We also talked about next year's town meeting, the 2018 town meeting. And I think at the board's meeting on April 26th, we are going to set the date for that town meeting. And I'm going to hopefully come in with a timeline and a few other things that they talked about. We'll probably talk about again at that meeting, like the sooner we set a date, the sooner everybody can know when it is, and then hopefully they won't schedule other events and stuff that day, so everybody can focus their entire attention on town meeting. That's the hope.
Something else you brought up, which is really important, were all the committees that people can volunteer
All
for.
the committees, yes, I'm sorry, that was an announcement at the beginning.
We really need people to step up.
We really do. There's a lot of volunteer opportunity. Everything is on the town website. So if you're at all interested in volunteering, go to the website, look around at what the various committees are, and try to think about volunteering for something. We had a bit of an update about the 6 fairgrounds housing request for proposals, housing development request for proposals, and Tucker came in. There's been a bit of a timeline change. Instead of proposals being received on April 26th, they have been delayed a bit to May 24th, which apparently has a silver lining so that additional review people can be present because they were going to be away. Anyway, that's moving along. And at our meeting next week, the meeting of the 19th, we do have a meeting despite the fact that it's school vacation week. We've got not a lot on the agenda. One of our biggest things is going to be a public hearing to consider taking easements for the Nantucket Harbor Shimmo plus sewer project. There's a lot of easements over private roads and private property that are needed for this project, and we're going to be doing all of that in one big public hearing. We have several hearings for utility issues, pole relocations, pole utility lines, conduit.
What is that going on Orange Street?
That is the in-town bike path.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, and
So-
then the telephone poles are just being put back, but that's the
Telephone
in-town
poles,
bike
of
path.
course,
Okay.
are in the,
All
they're going to be
yeah.
moved.
Yeah, okay.
But that has to do with the in-town bike path. So, there's going to be more of a bike lane, you can see it, and it will go through by Concert Springs and come out at Goose Pond Lane there, and
Yeah.
a bit on Orange Street. It's phase 1 of a, we've been calling it the in-town bike path, but really it's a bike path to avoid the way you would normally get in town, Orange Street, Union, and in, to get the bikes, try to get the bikes off the road.
Yeah.
You know, people are always complaining about it. It's very tricky to ride your bike into town that way. We have a public hearing also to consider making Westminster Street one-way. This is a little street that runs between Quince Street and Hussey Street.
Oh,
If you looked at it right now, you'd say, there's no way that's a two-way street, but it is. So we're going to make it one-way.
Oh, yeah.
Or have a public hearing to consider making it one-way.
it's between Quince and Hussey? There's
Yeah,
a little road
there's
there?
that little road. You actually are
I
allowed
don't
to
know.
go right onto it right now from Hussey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have a public hearing to consider a new liquor license for the White Heron Theater.
Oh. What does that mean?
Well, it
mean
means
they
they
don't
want
have-
to
they don't
serve
offer-
liquor. They
So
can't.
they can have a little bar?
I don't know that they want to have a bar. I think they want to be able to serve alcoholic beverages during performances.
I like that idea.
That's what they want to
I
be able
love
to do.
it.
It's not meant to be a bar scene at all.
That is
So.
terrific. Have a beer while you're watching the show?
Yeah, that'd be
Or
okay, wouldn't it?
whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to be getting, don't leave yet. There's some staff back
Yes.
here waiting.
When the boss says,
When the
Don't
boss
leave.
says don't leave, you better not leave,
okay, what else?
people. Fire station work group. We are going to be getting a report about the fire station. So the modular bid idea didn't come to fruition. It was a thought that it might be less expensive to do a modular building, but that got very messed up with procurement, to put it in layman's terms. So we are looking at a conventional bid, which is what we talked about in the first place, and it's going to cost more.
Okay.
It's going to cost more.
What about
That's
the affordable housing that
how it
happened
goes.
tonight? Did you mention that already?
Yeah,
Oh,
six
okay,
six
sorry.
fairgrounds. Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
all
You
right.
know, I
Sorry.
try to pay attention to what
I
I'm
just,
talking about.
because I'm here at the meeting, I just want to make sure we covered everything.
So fire station work group's going to give an update on the fire station project. So that's what's coming up.
I have two questions.
Yes.
The questions on the ballot, the non-binding questions.
Yep.
How were those, how does the town look at those? now
Well,
that there's been...
that is what Matt brought up at the end of the meeting. He wants to put the discussion of the funeral home on a Board of Selectmen's meeting because the non-binding question doesn't mean we have to do anything, but
Right.
it passed by quite a bit.
Yeah,
So-
that was surprising.
Yeah, although, you know, there were no details, of course, associated with it.
Of
People
course.
don't
But
know
people
anything
still
about
like the
it.
idea of it.
They like the idea of it. So I think we're going to schedule that for a board discussion. We didn't talk about a date, but sometime soon, probably before June 30th.
And then the second question was a little confusing for me. I think I might have voted, if I voted yes,
It was the island home.
yeah.
It doesn't matter, it's moot, because it failed at town meeting.
Oh, I see.
So, I should probably explain this a tiny bit. So, what we try to do is, when there is an override question or a debt exclusion, which is what this was, to be approved at town meeting, and we have an election already scheduled, we put the question on so that we don't then have to schedule a separate special election.
Got it.
So back when we were discussing warrant articles, we knew this would be a debt exclusion, so we put it on the annual election ballot so that we wouldn't have to have a special election later at additional cost and timing and all that. But if it doesn't pass town meeting, it doesn't matter what the ballot vote is. It hasn't passed. It requires affirmative votes for the ballot question and the warrant article. So we didn't get it on the warrant article. So unless we went back to town meeting, it's failed. So
Okay.
it didn't matter.
Okay. It does not
I
matter.
didn't vote on that.
Okay. It
I
was
left it
something
blank.
that people...
There were a lot of
It was kind of
blanks.
50-50, though.
It was close.
I know,
Oddly.
surprising.
I thought there were a lot of blanks.
There were.
It's interesting. I admit I did some write-ins.
Did you?
Yes, I won't say who or for what, but I did some write-ins.
But I'm sure one of them was Mickey Mouse.
No, I never write in that. That's silly to write that in. I write in a real person, a living person
Okay.
who lives here.
So, really?
Yes.
Well, that's neat.
I don't want to totally waste my vote.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what's going on.
So
And you-
I'm in Maine next week,
okay,
so we will see you
skip,
in 2 weeks.
We'll take the week off from the show.
Yes.
Because you have school vacation, right?
Exactly. I got to take my son up there, too.
Okay. Thanks very much. See you next time. Oh, wait,
What?
one last thing. I should just quickly thank the board members who didn't run again, who retired, so to speak. Rick Atherton and Bobby DeCosta. Thank you guys both for your service. Very much appreciated.